Mind Gap Podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome to Mind Gap Podcast. I'm Doug.
I'm Justin, and Doug, if you had to replace your alarm clock with the voice of a fictional character, who would it be?
I mean, I'm watching Deadwood right now with Jill.
Oh, yes.
It's got to be Al Swearingen. If you've seen Deadwood, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, Ian McShane plays this saloon operator and whoremonger, and he's probably... There's so many great characters in that show. He's one of the best. And this the way he talks and just hearing him be like, "Get up, you cocksucker." Like it'd get me motivated to get through the day.
I could not have been. I was trying to figure out what you were going to answer for this one. And I completely forgot that you were on Deadwood right now. And just having someone say, "Get up, cocksucker."
That or Sloth from Goonies.
Oh, I like that. Now what would the alarm clock say?
Rise and shine. Hey, you guy.
Hey, you guy. Singular.
Hey,
I love that.
you guy.
Hey, you guy. Rise and shine. Sloth love morning.
Rise and shine. Oh my.
Now, with the alarm clock, if you could, would you make it look like Sloth?
Oh my God. Yeah, I make it so you have to put your two fingers in his mouth.
There it is.
To turn it off. He's like,
the snooze button's the tongue. Yep.
If you go too far back, it vomits. It goes, oh!
And then you've got to clean it. Either way, you're getting up.
Yeah, you're getting up either way. Yeah.
Yeah. I would probably do, I would want it to be Iago from Aladdin.
Oh my! Oh.
Just or anything from Gilbert Gottfried. I just want him to wake me up every morning.
Like your patron saint.
My patron saint of Gilbert Gottfried. Yeah, I can't think of a more angelic way to get up. Just 6 o'clock.
Right.
You know what? I was just about to do it. I realized I don't think I've done this in like 2 years. I don't know if I remember.
It's been a minute.
Is. Yeah.
I'll give you a second. Summon it.
Oh man, how did I do that?
Honestly, I was gonna try too, and I don't fucking remember how to do it. So
right? That's so weird.
What's your lead-in phrase to get to Gilbert Gottfried? You know,
my lead-in phrase is a family walks into a talent agency. There it is. Yeah,
there it is. There it is. There it is.
I was going too much. Like, get up.
Nailed it. There it is.
Yep, there it is.
I was doing too. I was in my head. It was too much. Fran Drescher was coming out, which of course. You know,
wait, let me hear it. I gotta hear it.
I was like, I was gonna be like, "It's time to get up." That's not even Fran Drescher, you know.
I love it. That sounds like so. It sounds like someone from Pee Wee Herman. That sounds like someone from the Pee Wee movie, The Big Adventure.
Honk honk! It's time to get up.
I take all of it back. I want that voice.
I
don't know what the voice is, but I want that voice waking me up every fucking day.
Time to get up and make sure the shareholders are happy.
It's like someone who's like half in agony and half coming.
Right? Yeah.
It's
that's
ecstasy
the state I love
and
being
agony.
in. That's my sweet spot right there. You know what I mean?
Doug lives at the intersection of ecstasy and agony.
Thanks, Gemini.
I shared
a hyphen in there.
Yeah, I shared on the Discord. Came across this for the listeners. I came across this job posting, and I read it and immediately was like, "Wow! Tell me that this was written with AI without telling me this was written with AI." It had that the catchphrase, this role lives at the intersection of, and I'm like, I cannot tell you how many cover letters I have had to remove that phrase from, and then it had those double dashes that are connected together, just all over the place. In that, it's just
the only thing it was missing was emojis. You know,
that's it. That is it. It's becoming easier to spot. It's either becoming easier to spot that, or people are becoming lazier at how they
Both.
or at what they're
It's
posting, or both.
It's both. Yeah, for sure. I was kind of lazy with that stuff too. When you're on, your 50th job application, you're like,
Yeah, right. I'm done.
fuck. What else
Yeah.
do I want to? Because I kind of found like my core stuff, but then like for this job, this is more sales oriented, so I need to put in sales. This one's more fintech oriented. I need to do this. This one's more, it's like fuck.
It is
Fucking joke of a life that we all lead.
right. It's the absolute worst. The other thing that it loves doing is groups of threes, which combines this, and this. And then in my previous job, I did this,
Well,
and
that's
this, and
that's
this,
that's
which
life.
allowed me to
It's
do
the
this,
rules
this,
of
and
threes.
this. Yeah.
Well, if you did 4, that'd be fucking weird.
I think there's got to be a better. I wonder what if you prompted it and just said, write me, a cover letter with here's the parameters, and also leave out any Chat GPT-esque language. I wonder what it would.
You know what you could do? What I'd recommend: writing your own cover letter from scratch, and then being like, "Hey, help touch this up for me," because I feel like, yeah, it sounds awful, but
yeah,
it's gonna be closer to your words than being like, "Here's my resume. Fart something out for me." It's gonna be like, "Cool, I will follow the normal formula that I normally follow."
Yeah.
At the intersection of dick, balls, and taint, you'll find me.
Nice. You did the 3. I like that too.
Yeah, right. Because I am a scrub master. A little bit of a callback to last week.
I am a scrum master. Does feel like it has to do with dick, balls, and taint, though. I feel like that
100%.
The job sounds like that's what they deal with. I don't know what they do with them, but they do something with them, and they do it
definitely closer to the anus, but it's probably centered in the taint. Less to do with dick and balls, I would assume.
Yeah, it's squarely
interpretation of
taint
scrum.
focused. It's very taint focused.
What an awful word, scrum. It's the R in it, scrum. Because scum is like, it's pretty gross too.
Yeah.
But you're like, oh yeah, the scrum of the earth. You're like, oof, God, yeah, that sounds like you scratch it and you smell your fingers later. You're like, oh God.
Sounds like
what
something you scrape off. That's no good.
Yeah, and it stays there too. Like you're like, oh, I washed my hands. I can still smell it. Oh my God! Like it just doesn't go away.
Can you smell?
You rub your nose later in the day. You're like, fuck. It's just it's like smelling salts.
Are you okay? Yeah, just residual scrum.
Yeah, residual scrum. That is the title of something. That's a band.
That's a ska band.
That's a ska band.
That's a ska band for sure. Residual
that or
scrum.
that's like a legit punk punk band from London in the 80s,
Right.
Oi, we're residual scrum. Fuck.
Fuck.
Anarchy in the UK.
Right. Oh man, I want to make that album now. Look, if there's any artists out there listening, please make and send us the album cover to Residual Scrum's sophomore album. I don't want their first.
If there's any AI out there listening, make us this album cover.
And you know what? While you're at it, if AI make the whole album. Let's hear what it sounds like. You know what?
Dude,
if Richie listens to this, you and I will be getting getting an audio file of Residual Scrum. I guarantee.
I mean, to be fair, this is right up Richie's alley, and UK punk. He knows better than anybody.
Yeah,
he's the boss man. Speaking of AI and music, I just the other night I caught, of course, just in my feed on YouTube. I got on this thing of it was popular songs, but in 1960s Motown style, and it's
okay.
Blink-182, What's My Age Again, and I'm like, this is good. I like it. I'm like, it fucking fits.
Yeah.
There was a song from Tool, 46 and 2, and I'm like, this fucking works. But the best one was Mr. Brightside. It was a smoky 1970s juke joint remix. And wow, that song hits different.
Does it?
With that vibe on it. You're like, damn, this is a sad song. Because it is a sad song when you listen to the lyrics.
Yeah, yeah.
But when you hear it in that side, you're like, fuck, this is a different song altogether.
Do you have, because I find myself like I have this morbid interest in listening to I really want to hear what you're talking about right now, but there's this nugget inside of me that lives right down by my scrum that just does I just don't want to give it any of my attention.
I'm the same way. I felt I wanted to share some of this in the Discord, but I'm like, I don't want to because I don't want. I like the novelty of it because I love to imagine what if Blink-182 existed in the 1960s and they came out with a Motown hit. What's My Age Again? What would that sound like? I'm endlessly fascinated by people who do that shit all the time. Yeah. I love a good cover. Like I love that stuff. And to hear it done well is really cool. It just sucks that it's AI. And because it's like, it just feels cheapened. It feels lessened. And I'm like, because that's the other thing too, in that Mr. Brightside one, like the saxophone in that is fucking top notch. Like it's incredible.
It actually sounds.
Like, I was like, I didn't know I needed saxophone in this song. Like this. And it's awesome. And I saw someone comment, it's like, real people just make this, please. Like someone like get a good saxophonist and like just real people go out and do this. It would be great if you could do that. That's because I don't know, man. If you all have listened to us over the last couple of years, I've gone on a journey with AI. Initially, I'm like, this is kind of fun. It's kind of cool. Look at this. I can make images for my D&D campaign. I think it's fun, you know? Yeah. And now I get to the point now where I'm like, fuck this. I'll see like a movie trailer. I'm saying that with air quotes. And it's all slapped together AI dog shit. And I'm like, God damn it. Like, it was like, oh, what if Harry Potter was an anime, show? And I turn, I'm like, oh, this is kind of, I'm like, oh, it's fucking AI though. And it's just, you see it. And when we can tell what it is, it feels so much cheaper all of a sudden. You're like, cool. Someone didn't make this, like
for sure. There's one YouTube channel, and I was just doing a quick search because I want to call them out. They for a long time, they got me. I wish I could remember what they were called, but they got me. I would see something, I'd be like, holy shit, like this. I haven't heard about this movie coming, and it was just real enough with the thumbnail to drag me in, and then you watch it, and you're like, oh, this is just absolute dog shit. And all they were posting for a long time was just these fucking fake AI movie trailers for films that did not exist. And they got me. And I got to the point where I started, I think maybe I'm not finding it because I blocked the channel or whatever, but like I don't know. I've always had an issue with it. I definitely see that, like we've talked about before, it's a tool that can be used. But man, the bad parts just outweigh, I think, they just outweigh the good parts. And anytime someone has a tool like this, it's going to get abused, and it's already getting abused.
Yeah.
It's been getting abused forever. It's not like we're saying anything new, but
yeah, it's just, I like to keep my mind open for creative and positive uses of stuff like this in a way that can be beneficial. And I think there are components of that. And to some extent, when tools like this exist, they are going to absorb jobs, and they are going to, make some of that stuff goes away, and it sucks. But again, like I've said before, we're talking off mic. For part of my job, I have to make like questions to quiz people on content that they just watched, and I fucking hate writing that. AI helps me so much to write them.
Right.
I'm like, here's the text of stuff that people are going to be doing. Write me 3 questions, and it's like, here you go. And I'm like, fucking thank you. You saved me a shitload of time, you know, and I appreciate
it. Again, it's got its uses, but like, it's one of those things where I don't know about you, but I feel I have to battle against defaulting to it. Like if I'm stuck on an idea, or I'm like, you know what, I just want like 10 alternatives to this idea or something, like whatever it is, like I'll turn to that. Whereas you used to just have to sit there and fucking come up with 10 alternatives, or you didn't finish whatever you were working on. Be it for work or for my own creative or for the podcast. Like I use it to the point now where I'm going to have to start pushing harder against it, because I can feel I can feel my natural creativity starting to like slip a little bit, where I'm like, I feel like I'll sit there and think like, okay, let's come up with whatever, and I can't come up with it. And I'm like, well, I could just generate like 10 ideas and I could iterate on those, and that's, that'd be no problem. But I'm like, dude, you used to sit down and fucking bang. When we were in writing class at Second City, one of the I think it was writing 3 or 4. One of the entire one day of class was dedicated to sitting down and writing Onion article headlines. Do you remember doing that?
I don't think I ever made it that far in writing. I think I only got to writing 2. Yeah.
So yeah, and they were just like, okay, we're taking the whole class today. You're gonna write down 20. You don't have to write the articles, but write down 20 Onion-esque headlines, and then we're gonna go through and we're gonna kind of like talk about them and pitch them and see what makes you. And they're like, out of 20, you're lucky if you get one that's actually funny and this and that. And it was kind of showing you how much you have to kind of like how much crap you have to kind of get out to really start getting some good juices flowing. And AI is just so. I remember having to do this. But AI is, I've given a little bit of that autonomy up to, or that ability. I've let go of the need to preserve that, and that scares me a little bit because I don't like the feeling of that slipping away from me. Have you experienced that at all with AI?
I think I've surrendered some elements to it, but the stuff I'm surrendering to, like I said, like stuff with work, where I'm like, hey man, give me a fucking outline of how this architecture should look for this course.
Right.
Fucking save me the trouble. I hate staring at a blank canvas. So give me something to work with that I can iterate on. I have no problem with that. I had it help me write some dialogue for my D&D campaign last night. I'm having this thing like, what should they sound like? I'm like, here's what this thing is. Here's what its background is. Here's what its intentions are. Help me write something for this sort of stuff. And it gave me some stuff to work with. It got everything describing the thing wrong. It's like it has talons. I'm like, it doesn't have fucking talons. It's like it shows up. I'm like, it doesn't show up, so it's not right. But the dialogue, a lot of them, like, oh, this is interesting. And it gave some really good descriptors. That's like, when it speaks, the stones shake. Like you walk in, the silence feels unnatural. And you start to feel this pressure, this weight between your eyes as the voice enters your brain. And you almost feel like your head's going to explode as its cacophonous voice fills your mind. And I'm like, cool. That's good. I'll work with that. Like it gives me a place to start, work with. And I just, tweak what's wholly inaccurate to, I use what I want from it. So I appreciate it getting the ball rolling with that sort of stuff. Cause I feel like once that's off to the races, I'm really good with when someone gives me something. And like, I'll have that all the time in meetings where people are like, I was thinking about this. I'm like, oh, and I'm just off to the races. Like I need someone to help me get out of the gate. And go.
You're the type of person that everyone wants in a writer's room because you can just get a nugget and go.
Yeah, and then I'll be like, cool, who wants to write it? Because I came up with the idea, but now I have a hard time writing it. So that's how I operate. Yeah, but I'm an idea guy, kind of.
Well, no, not kind of. Look, for anyone wondering about how Doug operates, there's a 15-page document that exists of backstory for some giant fantasy world, and it is epic. So Doug it's epic, dude. Doug is the epitome of what an idea guy is. He can come up, dude. I'm telling you, you got to believe in yourself more. All right.
I know. I just struggle to actually flesh it out.
I know.
I'm a broad strokes idea guy.
What are you doing? I'm a broad strokes guy. I don't get mired in the details.
But you got to stitch it together. I'll tell you the idea.
I'll give you a couple 1, 2, 3 beats here and there, and then you go ahead and put them together in a story.
And I say, congratulations. I'll just take my $3,000 commission and I'll be on my way. They're like, but this is a $15 million thing. I'll take my $3,000. Thank you very much.
I said what I said.
You heard me. Go fuck yourself.
Right? Cool. Okay. I mean,
all right.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna give you 200,000, but you just 3. I'm not greedy. I said what I said. Thank you very much. Yeah. Stop trying to force your fucking money on me, you capitalist pigs.
You piece of shit. Well, speaking of, going back in time and what if Blink-182 existed back there to write 1960s Motown, what if, Justin, a portal opened up and you fell through it and you found yourself in some completely other time and you had to work for a living? how do you think your skill set would transfer to that new time period?
Not good. I don't think good at all.
Today, we're talking about what skills transfer across centuries. And, you know, we've talked about time travel lots of times. It's one of our favorite go-to subjects.
It's the cornerstone of this entire podcast.
Yeah. But let's say, portal opens up, you fall through, and it's like, boop, it's the year 1400. And you're like, fuck. What do I eat? I'm going to get diarrhea. That's the first thing that pops in my head. And then, you're like, well, cool. What are my skill sets?
Right.
What do I have at my disposal? And what can I do that would be, how could I make a living here?
Yeah. Can I tell you, honestly, when I first opened this up and was going through the topic and what we were going to talk about, I could not, I spent at least a half hour thinking about how does your skill set translate into fantasy worlds? Because we've done so much on fantasy worlds. And then I got into it more. I'm like, oh, no, he's talking about legitimately if you time travel, not
real
went
shit.
into Harry Potter's universe. We've just done so much on fantasy worlds. That's immediately where I was like, all right, here's the assignment.
Yeah, we're a little more grounded this time,
yes.
Even though we have time travel.
Yes.
But let's start off what do you think would be the worst time period for your current job?
Man.
What point in history?
Anywhere where a computer doesn't exist.
What are you talking about? You understand how advertising works. That has to count for something, right?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. If someone wants to buy a billboard in 1842, did they have billboards? I'm assuming they had billboards.
I mean, they had paint and they had boards. So
I need to, how do I, on a wanted poster at the very bottom, it just says buy Colgate. That's how advertising used to work.
Buy Colgate.
By Madden. I don't know, man. I was thinking about, because it's so funny because I'm like, what I do day to day, so reliant on technology. And then I'm like, but you're interested in woodworking. And then I stopped myself and went, no, you're interested in woodworking. You're not good at it. You've built a gate for your porch. that starts and stops there.
By the way,
it's
a good gate.
If someone needs a gate, I could open up a gate shop. That's what I would do.
There you go.
And it would be one.
Do you
design.
have a porch that needs a gate? I got you.
Do you have a dog you need to keep in your porch? And everyone's like, it's 1700. Why? Dogs roam freely. What is this? Why are you pampering a wolf?
What are you talking about? When you're pampering a wolf? Yeah. I feel like obviously my facilitation skills, I think, would come in handy in a lot of places. The idea of teaching adults how to learn. And
big time.
I think it would have some transferable elements,
It would. I would be curious to see if all of the the learning methodologies are they applicable way back in the day, or are those more have those updated with time, or are those just are universal consistence?
I think, well, there's definitely, even in our education growing up, right? What we got most of the time was lecture.
Right.
I'm talking at you. You take notes. Knowledge transferred. I'll never forget. I've said this before. I had a macroeconomics class my freshman year of college, or was it sophomore? Regardless, we had an overhead projector. That's how old this was. And this woman, this professor, would literally write out stuff on the projector, and your job was to copy down what she wrote as she spoke.
Oh.
And so you would have, because what she was saying is, she's like, I'm giving you everything you need for your test. But every single class for an hour and a half was us copying down what she was writing on the overhead projector. And she was
writing it in real time?
In real time. And I was like, how awful for you as a teacher to do that. Right. What a miserable experience. And for me, I'm just like,
good Christ.
This is what I was used to. But I look back on that, I'm like, how is that applicable? How does that apply? That's the one thing I can never make the connection. A lot of these things, I'm like, how does this apply to my real life? Like, I don't know what that connection is.
How am I going to use this? Yeah. Oh my God, that's so miserable.
And I feel like you go back to, Egypt, we're building pyramids. It's like, cool. What's the best way to do this? I'd be like, I don't know. Who's the subject matter expert? Like who knows how to do this shit? I feel like I could take something and be like, cool, here's the knowledge. Now let's apply it and let's get it so that people can learn how to do it. And I feel like I could do that. I do feel like I could do that.
I like the idea that you would make a training in hieroglyphics across an entire wall, and that would be what people, instead of opening up like Docebo and going to the LMS,
oh my God,
people would just line up and walk down the wall and go, okay, and then they'd get to the knowledge check at the end. And if they didn't, they'd have to start it back at the beginning of the line. Or they were whipped.
Walk down to the other end of the tunnel. Start over.
Start over. Obviously, you don't. Or you put the point where if you get this question wrong, you have to jump back to this specific point in the wall.
Yeah.
And
see. Go back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And there's someone there literally like with a quill and papyrus. And they're waiting for you. If you can do it right, then they check your name off. You're like, cool. He has completed this course.
Yeah. Take this down to the guard at the end of the hallway. You've completed this section.
Here's your certification. Congratulations.
Right? Feel free to pin this on your wall.
Yes, absolutely. Let everyone know.
Yes.
And before you go, how do you think this prepared you for your job on 1 to 3 crocodiles? How do you think that this prepared you for your role?
I've got the post-training survey. It's just
you got to get that level 1 survey, man. You got to get it, And then 3 to 6 months later, you check in like, so how have you applied? Let's do some interviews. Let's get let's go deeper into this Kirkpatrick model. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
How did they pull reporting in ancient Egypt is the question.
Papyrus.
This is all papyrus.
They get that pappy out and they just,
they just
check
that
the
stack of papyrus leaves. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They categorize it and whatever. So I know the question was like, when will be the worst? I mean, probably the further back you go, the harder it gets, to teach people.
Just from a communication standpoint, sure.
100%.
But I mean, if you have education as a background, I feel like that, you're going to be good because you can find ways to communicate with people.
The problem is when you get back to places where they're like, this information isn't accurate, or like they
or it's unholy.
Question my methods. You know,
you should, a human, you should not have this divine knowledge, Satan.
Yeah, or they're just like, no, the king doesn't want that taught this way, and
there it is.
Like that's where I would run into trouble. So authority, I'd run into trouble with that.
I would run into trouble with authority no matter which time I went back to.
That's for what? For sure.
You know what? I'll tell you this. Where my skill set, wherever roofs started, anytime before roofs, because I can access a roof like a motherfucker. But if there is no roof, you have no purpose for this guy. I've got no purpose. So I would say wherever roofs started, and then before that, no good.
Well, let's talk about skills that survive the time machine. Modern skills that would absolutely have utility in older areas. And I think right off the top of the list is any sort of engineering or mechanics.
Yes,
absolutely.
absolutely.
If you understand how to build things, even without modern tools, understanding the concept of physics and measurement and load-bearing structures and how all that stuff works, I think you're set no matter where you are because you have that knowledge, you have that information. I think it transcends generations in time.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You throw a little math in there, you can figure out, and you can blow people. You could probably be their leader if you had advanced 100%. Knowledge of modern techniques for engineering or
you apply that to
carpentry.
Apply to like the simple bow. If you know trigonometry,
Bingo,
and be like, cool, aim up here with this amount of force. You're gonna, this is how you're gonna do it. You understand wind and wind speed. You know.
Let me show you how to optimize this, and then that side just starts winning all the battles.
You take a look at a bow, you're like, I can make this better, and you do, and all of a sudden you got a better, just that understanding of that sort of stuff and the mechanics of that just makes you, that much better. Or even like the very first cars, right? You go back to like that time, you're like, oh wait, I understand how engines work way better than this. I used to work on Ferrari racing. Watch this,
I would to that end, what I would love to bring back is as a plumber, go back to pre-plumbing and just set it and be like, all right, guys, I'm about to blow your mind. Check this out.
Yeah. I'm about to blow your asses. That's what I'm about to do.
You guys get to blow your asses now, right?
Now we're gonna be good.
Plumbing. Yeah,
that's right. I think another one is doctor. Any sort of medical knowledge. I think.
Oh, well, now here's the thing though. Does that? I guess does it? It's one of those where does it
depends on the time you go back to.
You go right, like
right, because at one point in time, people didn't believe in germs. So there was a time period where I can't remember where it was. But the mortality rate for infants at birth was insane, and people couldn't figure out why. I think this is about the time where they figured out germs. And there was a guy who realized that most people didn't wash their hands because they thought it was ungentlemanly, because a gentleman's hands were always clean. And there would be dudes working on cadavers who would then go and deliver babies.
Holy shit.
And he was like, hey, I think there's a connection here.
Right.
And I think you should wash your hands. And that dude was ostracized and basically run out of the scientific community until later on someone goes, wait, I think there's a point we should probably wash our hands. They realize they're taking dead cadaver disease and going, all right, push, baby, bring me the baby. And then the baby's covered in all these germs and it died, So if you're just sitting there watching people just like slop around in the sloppy ways and you're like, hey, I need to go wash my hands. And they're like, where's the soap? And they're like, what are you talking about? You fucking amateur, you disgusting knave. And you're like, I'm disgusting. I mean, there was a time when utensils didn't exist. You had like a fork and a knife, but there was no spoon, There is no spoon.
There's no spoon.
But I do think some general knowledge of that.
Well,
but again, I think at some point,
the human anatomy.
They're like, oh, your four humors are out of balance. It's like, no, man, you just got gas.
Just fart, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that's another thing. You watch the movie the Last Duel. At one point, they're just like trying to figure out why this woman can't get pregnant, and they're basically like, are you having an orgasm? A woman has to have an orgasm in order to get pregnant. And it's just like, what? If you don't have an orgasm, you can't get pregnant. It's like. What? That's crazy. That's crazy talk.
I guarantee that's not true.
Yeah, trust me, it ain't true.
Me.
Yeah. Depending on how far back you go, people are going to be like, you're a fucking devil. So that gets dangerous, but very helpful and transferable.
Oh,
chef, barista. I think that's solid, right? You know how to prep food.
Well, again, this goes back to your diarrhea thing. Like
which one?
Sure you can prep food, but like, does anyone really prepping anything? Like,
well, again, if you understand all the you go imagine going back with all of your knowledge of like fats, salts, acids, like all that sort of stuff, and you're like, guys, I'm about to blow your fucking mind,
right?
With bread, with like sauces. I mean, the what you could do like back then.
Look at how I've carved this radish.
Well,
it's a rose.
Again, the stuff you could put together, just like what
fair.
They didn't conceive of at that time.
Sure.
Granted, you wouldn't have access to all the ingredients you normally would. It'd be probably very specific to the location you're in.
Very
but
basic.
Even then, taking that, understanding that methodology, you'd fucking blow minds, man. That'd be crazy.
Honestly, you could also probably, with a lot of these things too, you could bring things forward decades.
Yeah. Oh,
100%. You could rocket it forward. I would say another one is if you are a historian or a diplomat of some sort, like if you've got a solid knowledge of what's going on, go back in time and be like, yo, I know exactly what's going on right now.
So you're not necessarily a historian at that point. You're just a fortune teller at that point. You're
That's
an
what I'm
oracle
saying.
if you're a historian.
But you can work. See, I'm looking at the angles. Like, I'm not looking at like
I
a
understand.
legit job. I'm like, how can you game the system when you go backwards?
I think you are right though. Understanding history in a general sense of like, there's complications between groups of people.
Yeah.
If you understand how to appeal to that and negotiating skills, I think could be very interesting in how that stuff goes, because that's pretty powerful. Yeah, I agree. I think that could work. History specific, like, I know what's going to happen.
I majored in European history from 1489 to 1906. Too bad I got sent back to 1300.
Damn. Yeah. So let's talk about the corporate ladder through time. and what roles would really suck that are like super great now, but terrible, like software engineer. We'll just start off with that.
Yep.
That person's shit out of luck if you go back 100 years.
Right. A Scrum Master?
Years? Yeah, right? Like, just basic, like someone's like, I know everything about Python. It's like, okay, go back 100 years.
Cool.
You're fucked.
Go back 100 years. Go back, pick 40 years.
Yeah.
You're like, probably not doing much.
Yeah. I think so it's just like that person's like, I have no, like, you understand math and logic to some degree, but how does that directly apply with what you have? I don't know.
Right.
Probably not good.
I can write if-then statements.
Here's an interesting one. An influencer.
See, I think that is a transferable skill. I think that
I agree too.
I think you could take that and you can go back because you understand how to appeal to people. You're basically an independent marketer at that point.
Influencers have existed in all of our human history. People understand
absolutely
the mob. They understand what the zeitgeist is. They lean into it, and they're able to get that attention, get that influence, and it's just existed in different forms throughout with different technologies. So I think if you have 100%. Now, the problem is if you only know how to, like, I run the TikTok algorithm, and you get dropped in the year 900,
right?
You're going to be at a bit of a whiffle. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to be a bit of a problem. You know, and you're like, hey, I just got plopped down with Eric the Red and all the other Vikings, but I'm an influencer. It's like, cool. Good luck with that. But I think there are some transferable skills, but if you're just like, oh, what's the algorithm like here? They're like, uh-oh. Thor,
what?
grant me the strength to murder this person. Project manager. An interesting one. I think that's transferable.
I do too.
The concepts of it.
I do too. I think because again, you make the joke about Scrum Master, but like if you're in that world of project manager, like where you're leading teams and figuring out the most optimal way to do something. I mean, again, your example of like Egypt, you could go back to any people have been doing group projects for fucking ever. I think I do think that is if you have an analytical brain and you're trained to think in a way of like how to optimize a situation, I don't know. I think that's applicable throughout time.
Yeah. I think the prompt in here says basically a general without an army. I'm like, I disagree with that because if you, like you said, like that stuff has existed. People have built structures. People have organized. I mean, Jesus Christ, like the amount of stuff that's happened in history, I think maybe the specific concepts that exist today in the idea of a corporate structure may not be 100% transferable, but the idea of like one person or group wants this thing done. I'm going to be the liaison to make sure that everything gets done on time, on budget. I think that transfers over and that exists. And I think you could come back and be like, while it's not a one-to-one, I think you could transfer your skills. So
yeah. How about a pilot?
Right. A pilot of what?
A plane, an airline pilot,
an aeroplane. Useless.
There's a point. There's a cutoff point for you.
There's very much a cutoff point, and then you're like, well, that's cool.
Right.
You know a lot about the air, and you cannot apply it.
Right. I love anything. I'm just thinking anything with like I'm like you said influencer. I'm like esport athlete. Good luck.
I was like a Twitter troll.
What is it?
A Twitter troll.
Twitter troll. Exactly. Yeah.
Fuck Elon Musk. I mean, what's he doing?
Thank you.
Nothing.
Yes. Digital
other than
artists.
just like. Elon Musk, all he's going to do is, use his daddy's wealth to buy up stuff and pretend that he's the boss of things. So I guess he would probably work in any other time frame as well, because
if his money came back with him, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, he ain't inventing shit. You know what I mean? Wait for him to meet actual Tesla,
right? Oh fuck, Tesla would knock Elon out, one punch.
Tesla would be like, "You're stupid. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking dork."
How about a podcaster, Doug? Would we be relevant?
No. Maybe when radio was around, but pre-radio, probably not.
I think we could.
Unless we set up in Town Square in Greece. That's what it is. That's what it is.
I was going to say, we get a stage show going. Like, that's it. We're just traveling.
We come up and we're like, hey, All right. Hey, we're in Greece. Hey, it's BC.
Opa.
What if we fell into a time portal and went back in time? Would what we have now be transferable back then? We're still talking about the same shit, you know?
And I would sit there and just go, hey, look, everyone, I'm sorry. That was our attempt at a Grecian accent, I think.
I'm like, I like the scrum.
We're going to go. Thank you, everyone. We're going to go.
Thanks. Hey, gratuity accepted, you know?
We're in Greece. Is that Greek?
That's Greek. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about hard skills versus soft skills.
Right.
So there's an interesting question here. Does charisma still matter when half of the population can't read?
How does
I would
how
argue
does reading
yes.
have to do with yes, 100%.
Because charisma, I think, is important if people, because again, if you're being an influencer in a way that like I write and I'm a writer, then that's a problem. But if you have high charisma and you're going out and talking to people and people can't read, then, you know, you're able to convince people of shit. So I think that's particularly important, especially the further back you go.
Absolutely.
It's always been important. Someone with high charisma.
Charisma, empathy. If you can connect with people, then you can like that. Look, this is how followers are born. You can absolutely you get people on your side. You know what? This guy just came through town. He was you know, I really trusted what he was saying. I liked his vibe. He had a good vibe. I think we should follow him. His name was Jesus. Yeah. Charisma.
Jesus. Period. Charisma. Period. Pass it on.
Right. It was Jesus.
Well, I was just.
I think it stands for charisma.
Jesus charisma. I was just rewatching John Adams, the miniseries on HBO, and obviously focuses on John Adams, but there's some moments where he crosses paths with Washington and the way they portray him in the show is just like the guy did not want to be in charge. Didn't want to do it.
Washington did not?
Washington didn't want. There's a reason why he left after 2 terms.
Yeah,
he's like, right. I don't want to fucking do this anymore.
I'm good, guys.
And some people are like, he could have done this the rest of his life. He's like, I don't want to do it.
Right.
And there's a scene where John Adams wins, you know, the second presidency, and Washington like shakes his hand and he goes, "You have the presidency. I have my farm. Let's see who will be happier."
Old dude knew something. He knew he had secrets. He knew.
He's like, I don't want because basically in the show, with the portraying is just like people are always going to hate you, and I don't like this, and I don't want to do this, and which you also understand at that time in a world that still had monarchies, someone to be like to have the power and to be like, I don't want it anymore, I give it up. People are like, what the fuck? He's like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm out.
They made that joke in Hamilton where when the king comes out to sing his second or third song, and he said, George Washington gave up his power. He's like, I didn't realize you could do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. But the whole point was like people followed Washington. They were drawn to him. They thought he was great, and they were like, this guy's the best, whatever. Some could argue that he was not qualified in a lot of ways. He got lucky, but regardless, people followed him, and just thankfully he was a good one, unlike a lot of other ones.
Yeah.
Does emotional intelligence beat mechanical knowledge? I think that's a good question.
That's a good question. I would say present day, yes. Back in the day, no. I think mechanical knowledge. I feel like you could get further along.
Okay.
I don't think people back in the day
that's the qualifier we're putting on it. Okay.
Yeah. Why isn't that what we're like? Like what? How could you build you could you need to go back in time and like build a life. I think I feel like people were way less in touch with their emotions back in the day. I don't think anyone. When you said snowflake, they were like, but it's June. I don't think anyone knew what those terms were.
That's just them not being literate, Justin.
I just think back in the day, I think mechanical knowledge would have gotten you a lot further.
I don't know. It depends, because I feel like if you are a master of emotional intelligence, that lends itself to charisma in a lot of ways. Because if you understand yourself and you understand other people's emotions, you understand how to communicate with them, I think you can get a lot done. I think
you can bend people to your will. is what you're
Well,
saying.
I think if you sit there and you know how to communicate to people
Yeah.
in a way that is effective,
That's
I
fair.
mean, I'd argue if you do that well, that's better than any mechanical knowledge because you can rally the people.
I could hear that argument. Yeah. I could.
But yeah,
I could hear that argument.
one
Yeah.
person by themselves, and you're like, hey, I understand how all this shit works. That's also incredibly powerful. You know
Sure,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
I think it depends on the situation in which you're dropped into.
of course, absolutely. So I
Yeah.
think that could definitely be interesting. All right, let's. Why don't we get to some listener submissions?
Yeah, what do we
here
got from the Mind Gap crew?
By the way, if you want to submit your own thoughts,
Mhm.
head over to the Discord. Link is in the description down below. YouTube.com/MindGapPasta. Wow.
Pasta?
MindGap Pasta? YouTube.com/MindGapPodcast. The link is in the description. We posted this. If you fell into a time portal, in what time period do you think your job skill set would be most effective? Mr. Noah said, God, just having the current filmmaker knowledge and tips and tricks to go back and try to get all buddy with old Walt D himself would be pretty sick.
That would be
In
awesome.
like the 50s. That way I could be around for Star Wars and pitch George all the stuff they did anyways is my ideas.
See, he's trying to. I love it. Noah, you're gaming the system. I'm here for it, buddy. I'm here for it. Yes.
I love it. Jared says early 90s. Imagine taking your basic computer skills now and applying to it then. Like,
Absolutely.
MS Excel comes out, I'm already a wizard at it. Sure, the internet is slower, but at least nobody expects me to answer the emails 24/7. Can't argue with that.
Dude. Yes. Jared, again, winning. I love it.
Seth says, my skill set is probably only most effective in the early 2000s, where I'll know more about how Google will work than they know themselves.
Absolutely.
Beyond that, I'm fucked. Nothing of value to any other time period.
That's not true. He can make a mean bread. He could have been a baker at any time.
That's true. He could be. Yeah, that's
All
true.
right? Sell yourself short, Slotty.
And then Emilio says, I kind of feel the same way with my skill set. The only thing that I came up with is training empathy and emotional intelligence to historical figures.
Yeah. Let me Napoleon. Let me teach you how to be nice to people. All right.
Right. Yeah. This is very, very important. You got to be
Very
good. You
important.
got to be
Yes.
kind to people.
We're
You
all
can't always
in
go
this
to
together.
war. You short little fuck. He wasn't short. No, he was what was he? He was a cuck. His lady was cheating on him nonstop. But he's like, but I love you. I love you.
So you go back and you could maybe there it is. Immediately you go back and you see if you can play a marriage counselor for them.
There you go. Not qualified to do that. Not my skill set, but
I'll give it a shot though. What else am I gonna do?
give it a fucking whirl. Who knows?
That or
Who
I'm baking
knows?
bread. Doug, you want to play a
Yeah.
game?
I would fucking love to play a game. Let's play a game.
Let's play a game. All right. Excuse me. We are going to
Cranberry
play
juice.
Cranberry juice. We're gonna play cranberry juice, where I take a sip and you tell me, is it cranberry juice? So we're gonna play how
No,
many actors?
Not.
How many actors to guess the movie? This is that one that I saw on Kaiser Boy Games Instagram channel. I'm going to list off actors from a film, and you're going to try to guess in as few actors as possible. Okay, very similar to Name
Okay.
That Tune. Doug, are you ready?
Let's do
By
it.
the way, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Doug is a perfect record thus far.
I don't think that's true. I don't know what's perfect.
No, you think you
If
do.
it's perfect less than 3 or 4, then sure.
You've gotten the first 3 you got and the second 3 you got, so that's a perfect
Okay,
record.
meaning that I've gotten them without giving
Yes,
up. Okay,
it's
gotcha.
a perfect
Okay,
record.
cool.
Yes.
Gotcha. Yes.
So, all right, here we go. And I have a good feeling about tonight. I thought I was going to get you, but I'm like, you know what? I think you got this. All right, so the first one. Here we go. Adam Driver. Could be
The Last
any
Duel.
movie. You are correct.
I am?
Yes, you are.
No shit!
When you brought this fucking movie up,
I brought it up twice. I brought it up pre-roll.
you brought
I
up 2
brought it
or
up during the
3
show.
times. Yes, I got so angry when it first came out of your mouth because I was like, it's on his fucking mind. I'm so mad right now. What are the odds?
right there.
What are the
right there.
odds?
Fuck. My brain is fucked.
Dude, it is weird.
It's
So,
useless information.
Adam Driver, then it would have been Jodie Comer, then it would have been Ben Affleck, and then it would have been Matt Damon. You son of a bitch.
Damn it.
Yeah.
God damn it.
That's why I was like, I think he's going
I'm
to do
mad.
fine tonight. I think he's going to do fine.
God damn it.
That's unreal, by the way. All right,
unbelievable.
Here
We mind melded. We did it.
Here we go. Number 2. We're gonna start off with Anna Paquin.
Anna Paquin. X-Men.
No.
There's a lot of them.
Which one? Number two, Jesse Plemons.
Jesse Clemens?
Plemons with a P.
Do we decide I'm not allowed to look them up?
We did decide that.
Like.
We did decide. I was actually going to send you a folder with pictures and just click on the one labeled, Jesse Plemons is I can't. I was just about to tell you what
he's in this movie that I'm trying to get you to guess.
Jesus fucking Christ! I'm an idiot. I'll tell you this. He's married to Kirsten Dunst. Does that help?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know who he is. That's super.
He was heavy. Then he got real thin, and then he got
right. Yeah. He's in that. He's in the upcoming movie with Emma Stone.
Yes.
Begonia or whatever it is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. He and Anna Paquin. Fuck. I don't know a ton of his movies. It's like he's one of those guys you see him, you're like, oh yeah. Fucking Irishman.
I hate you so fucking much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Real. Unreal.
You know what I went to?
What?
That fucking scene where he's like, you had a fish in the car? He's like, yeah, what kind of fish? He's like, I don't know, a fish. He's like, you don't know what kind of fish was in the car? I'm like, what a dumb fucking scene. Lasts for like 10 minutes. 10 fucking minutes. They're talking about this. There's a fish. What kind of fish? I don't know.
What'd you have in the car? Cranberry juice.
You know the one movie where Anna Paquin has a line in the whole movie? The 3.5 hour movie, she has a line.
It was the following. It was gonna be Bobby Cannavale, Harvey Keitel, Al Pacino, Joe Pesci, Robert De Niro.
Yeah, I think maybe I would have gotten there, but yeah.
Well done. I realized I didn't delete. I used the same format from the previous one. That was like Christian Slater wasn't in that. I was like, why do I have Christian Slater in here? And then I said, I have Kirsten Dunst on here too. Brad Pitt. Tom. I was like, oh nope, that was Interview with the Vampire. Yep. So delete all those. All right, cool. Robert De Niro capped it off. All right. Doug, so far, buddy, you're fucking. you're on your way to a streak here. All right, last one. Mako Kai.
Okay, Jaws 4.
Son of a bitch. No.
I was like, there's no way. There's no way to win Jaws 4 The Revenge. There's no way. The reason why he did that movie was because he had to pay for his boat.
No notes. And you know what he said when he took it? He goes, I'll need a bigger boat. Tom Hardy.
Prestige? No, that's not. That was.
I went pretend. I'm
Dark Knight
like
Rises and connected that to Christian Bale, and I was like, that's what it is.
I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that.
I was like, wait, nope, completely. Tom Hardy was not in that one. Michael Caine and Tom Hardy.
I mean, there's an obvious guess, but
I mean, it's Dark Knight Rises, but I don't think it's that because that's what
it's not.
And that's what Matthew Modine was, which you got mad about.
Did I do Rises last time?
You did that. You did, yeah. You
said I did do that already. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I'll still say that because I don't know. I don't have an idea yet, so that's fine.
No, Cillian Murphy.
All people that were in Batman movies.
Son of a bitch.
Tom.
I was hoping that would throw you off. I was like, I know what he's going to go to immediately, and then he's going to get stuck on it.
What movies have they been in together? It's not Oppenheimer. Because those two were not in them, but Cillian was. I don't know a lot of Cillian Murphy films. It's like, he's in them because he's awesome. But yeah, I don't know where the crossover is for that. Right. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, we're going to move on to the fourth. We've got 6 actors here to get through this, all right? Number 4 is going to be Kenneth Branagh.
Again, I was like, also Oppenheimer, but no.
It's almost like Nolan works with the same actors.
Right? Shit.
Yeah. Shit's right.
Shit. That shit's right, bro.
Did I get him? Boy.
Wait, is this Inception?
It's not Inception.
Because Branagh is not. No, Tenet?
It's not. Nope, it's not Tenet. You just want to go through all of them?
I was just like, no. I was just like, yeah. Branagh wasn't in. He also Michael Caine wasn't in that one either. Yeah, sorry, I'm just saying
Wait,
shit. Anyway,
was Caine in? Oh my God, Caine wasn't Inception. Fucking Christ.
He was. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
and Hardy and Murphy.
but
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Look at that. Look at
Actor
us.
number 5. Actor number 5. Barry Cogan.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
Barry Cogan. I thought it was Coegan, but he's an Irish actor.
Oh, that there we go.
Yeah. Did you ever see Saltburn?
No.
Cool.
I'm gonna look him up, Justin.
Barry Keo.
Okay, got him. He was in the Eternals. That's where he's from.
Yeah,
he's
sorry,
from the
should have
Eternals.
said that. Yep. He was the altruistic one that went off.
That's right.
But
that
then-
can control people.
Not really altruistic.
actor.
Didn't he fuck? No, he saved. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
He was on the good side. He's a good actor too. Oh fuck.
Mm-hmm.
What is?
He's gonna play Ringo in the upcoming Sam Mendes the four movie Beatles film thing.
I haven't heard about that. Not interested. Man, this is really not ringing a bell for me.
You got one more, which might push you over the edge.
Oh, we'll find
Might.
out. Give it to me.
Harry Styles.
I'm going back to Eternals because Harry Styles was in the Eternals.
Yeah, fuck he was. Was Michael Caine?
No one else was, but he was. I don't know what the hell else Harry Styles was in. Have I seen this movie?
I believe you have.
Probably a good chance I have.
I would say lean into the path that you were on with the first 4. I'm so glad I got one. Even if you get it now, I'm still going to be happy that I at least partially stumped you.
For sure. It was bound to happen at some point.
Eventually, yeah. Have I seen this? No. It's an indie flick. It's an indie flick from 1987.
You're like, absolutely not. You haven't seen it. I'm like,
Right.
okay, cool.
It played in 3 theaters in Germany.
In Germany. It's like it's not Interstellar.
Nope.
Yeah, man, I'm drawing a blank. I don't know. I don't think I know this.
That's it?
I think that's it.
How about Dunkirk?
Oh, I saw that movie one time.
Me
One
too.
time.
Yep.
And fucking forgot it.
One time was enough. That's what I said to Beth today. I was like, she's like, well, what are the ones on the list? So I gave her all the actors. She goes, I don't know. And I go, Dunkirk? She goes, oh, yeah. And I go, that movie was forgettable, right? Like, I don't know why,
Totally
but that movie
forgettable.
was just forgettable. I told her, too, I need to go back and rewatch it because maybe I'll have a different appreciation for it now, but I don't think so. I don't know.
Yeah, I wasn't even on my radar. I don't feel bad about that one at all. I was like, nope.
It was one of those where, like, you started going all the Nolan movies. I'm like, well, eventually you'll get there because there's only, like, 10. So
I just remember watching that movie and it was done, and I was just like, huh. So that was the thing,
Okay.
and they got away on boats, huh? Cool. Good for them. Like,
right.
yeah, I think Tom Hardy, like, I think he has a tiny role in it. It's like a
I
pilot.
think he's the pilot that gets shot down, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you anyone else. That,
Right?
Yeah. So don't feel bad. Happy,
There you go.
Streak ended. Don't feel bad. If it was something that I should have known, I'm like, what are you gonna do? You know?
Yeah.
Fuck him. That was good, man. That was
There you
fun.
go.
Thank you so
All right.
much. I love
Woo.
it. I love it so much.
Listeners, how did you do? Did you get it? Let us know.
Also, if you could go back to any time, where do you think your
Mhm.
skill set would be most effective, or where would you be absolutely fucked? let us know down in those comments. But before we go, Justin, what do you got to recommend this week?
I am going to recommend the movie September 5. It came out 2024. Smaller movie, but man, what a great performance. This is the one follows the in 1972 in the Munich Olympics. There was hostages that were taken. Someone took hostages in Olympic Village, and ABC Sports Crew was the only one that actually were able to get cameras on it and actually cover it. And it's with oh boy, I just lost my page. Hold on. It is with
Peter Skarsgård.
There it is. Peter Skarsgård, and a bunch of other people who, if I said the names, wouldn't make a difference to you. So it is a good movie, well acted, and based on a true story, which I was like, oh, this is something I had very little. I showed my father-in-law the trailer, and he was like, oh my God. He goes, I remember that. It's like one of those where huge historical at the time, but I think a story that's just kind of gotten lost to the annals of history. So I would say check it out because it's a solid fucking film, and that's what I got.
Cool.
Doug, what do you recommend in there?
I'd recommend Jackbox Party Pack 11. I just played it last Saturday with some people in the Discord from the Mind Gap community, so check out that Discord link. We played the new pack, super fun. Bunch of new games. One of them is a trivia game where you play as a fantasy character, and as you get answers right, you do damage to a creature and you earn gold, and you are working as a team. You're supposed to communicate with each other to try and get the right answer and to defeat the bosses for the levels. It's very fun, very enjoyable way of doing a unique way of doing trivia. There's another one. I forget what it's called, but essentially you make noises through the microphone. They'll say something like Mario's death, and you have to be like whatever that means to you, and be like, "Wah!" And it records it, and then it plays it back, and you vote on who you think was the best.
Oh, that's fun.
And then
I love that.
It will cut to a random clip, and it will put that sound effect in the scene, and it's super fun. It's very, very fun.
Love
very enjoyable. There's another one called Doominate, where it's kind of like Quiplash and some of those other ones. It gives you something, and you have to make it worse. So it'll be like, your prom night, and it'd be like, and then you will just put something that will make that prompt even worse. Like, how do you ruin that prompt? And trust me, it's great. And then the other one is a cookie decorating one, where it'll give you a prompt and you get like different shapes of cookies, and you have to try and, make it happen, and with different sprinkles and things like that, which is super fun. And also gets pretty gnarly. So highly recommend it. I'm definitely going to be hosting another one of those again soon. So
good.
If everyone's interested, anyone who is interested, we'll be playing again because it's super duper fun. So highly recommend it. Check that out wherever you buy your games. So, well, with that, I'll say thanks everybody for hanging out with us. Appreciate you being here as always. YouTube.com/MindGapPodcast. Hit the like and subscribe button. We appreciate that. Link in the description to link to our Discord, Patreon, and our merch at Redbubble. Drop us a comment. Let us know what you thought about the episode. We'd love to hear from you. And be sure to check out Justin online as well.
On Instagram at Justin_Michael, spelled Mikel. It's the fun way of spelling it. And while you're in the online realm, wherever you can find audio versions of podcasts, guess what? You'll find us there too. No lie. Go ahead and download, subscribe, share, rate, review, listen, all the things that you can do on those platforms. The big one is, of course, besides listening, is sharing. Let people know that we exist. Let one person know. Say, I got a podcast that I really like for some reason, and I think you'll like it too because you're a little touched in the head, and we appreciate it ahead of time. TwoEastEighth.com, 2 East Eighth on all social media, loveanimprovfilm.com, Love an Improv Film on Instagram.
Yay! And with that, I'll say, Justin, thank you.
Douglas, thank you.
Listeners, viewers, thank you. And you all have a dandy fucking week.
Mind Gap Podcast.